Hello! Welcome. Hello, Action. Hello, Phoenix. Welcome in, you guys. Happy Thursday. Because it's Thursday. I almost thought it was Wednesday for a second. How are you doing? Hello, welcome. Today we are going to do more great Ace Attorney. But quick announcement, I finally decided what I'll be streaming on Friday, which is tomorrow. I was thinking, because I had put like a poll on Twitter, and then I was like, maybe I'll do karaoke, maybe I'll do like Kalimba Notebook, or maybe I'll just do another game. But then I was like, I have that work trip to Germany next week, and I fly out on Friday, and I was like, I haven't done any German, like for real German studying. Chick Inu, hello, welcome in. So I've decided on Friday I'm gonna be studying some German. At least how to say like, hello, my name is, nice to meet you. Where is the bathroom? I would like to order 2 beers. No raw onions, please. So on Friday we'll be doing some studying. I might have like a camera on my notebook so that you guys can study along if you are doing any sort of study, or just want some quiet time. This might be a nice stream to join in. And of course I'll be just chatting with you guys too as we go through that. Sav, hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for the hello. So yeah, well, I mean, I kind of looked it up because this is what brought it about. I was like, how do I say hello, my name is? And I looked it up in German, and it's like, hallo, ich heiße Princess? What was the next part? Chun. Z. I don't think it's Z, because Z, I think Z is formal. Something. Kunen. See, I already forgot. Hold on. I have to look it up. Hello. Nice to meet you in German. Oh, schön dich kennenzulernen. Yeah, so we'll try to get the pronunciation down. Yeah, so I at least want to be able to like meet my coworkers, or like I guess colleagues over in the EU office, and like make an effort to say hello, and communicate with them in their native language. My better 75% speaks German, but she's still at work. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, she can laugh at me on Friday when I when I go through my studying. If Abaddon joins here, he can help you out with it. I think it's his mother tongue. Yes, I also believe Abaddon's mother tongue or native language is German. He probably will laugh at me when I try to speak German. I did learn how to count, I think, up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I only remember one German word. What's Kartoff? I don't know what that is. I don't know any German, you guys. Like, the only German I knew was like probably danke, which is thank you. I learned please today. I think it's beat or bite. I don't know how it's pronounced. I only saw it spelled. So we gotta figure out how to say these words as well as write them, because I'll need to write them into my notebook. Or Krankenwagen. I don't know what that is either. I know in German It's pretty flexible where you can like mush two words together and it makes a new word. Bitte. Okay, bitte. Thank you for teaching me. Yes, so we'll be studying German on Friday. We'll be listening to some videos and like I'll try to pronounce and memorize those words. And also learn how to at least order my meal in German. So I'll do my best. I'm very nervous. This is the first office that I'm going to that doesn't have like English as the native language. Because, I mean, Australia, right? Everyone speaks English. Canada, I think it was Vancouver. Everyone spoke English there. No, it was not Vancouver. It was Toronto. My bad. Toronto, everyone speaks English. And then the UK. Oh, thanks for the box, Sputnik. And then the UK, they also spoke English, but very heavily accented. I think the Nuneaton accent in the UK is just very, like, hard to understand. They use a lot of different words. Chick Inu says, isn't that ambulance? Oh, Krankenwagen? And Chick Inu said they were right. Kartoffel is potato. Krankenwagen is ambulance. Ambulance. I was watching this I was watching this Facebook video of this lady. I think she like married some white guy, right? And her husband is always like playing pranks on her, and she's a Vietnamese lady, and he'll like make her angry, and then, you know, she'll like respond to him in like really broken English. But there was this really funny video where she came home, and I guess like she was obviously upset. So her husband goes like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And she was like, "Oh my god, I almost died today. Like the car with the music didn't, you know, turn their music on." And he was like, "Car with the music?" And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "You know, they have the green and the blue and go wee woo wee woo." And then he was like, "Oh yes, and the car with music." And so she goes, "Man, why don't they turn their music on?" And so like the caption was, "Please turn your music on when you're in these cars so that you don't kill my wife." It's small things like that where it's like, if you don't speak English as a native language, I definitely can see how you get these words. Like, I think the other one was, I've like seen this post somewhere where they're like, what's the weirdest like way a foreigner said a word in English? And one of them was horse tornado. Do you guys want to guess what horse tornado is? Because it was just a whole bunch of these, right? Of like mad chicken or angry chicken, you know, horse tornado. What else? A suck machine, you know, like. So a horse tornado is like a merry-go-round or a carousel, but like, you don't really, like, a carousel is such a hard like word. You don't really see it, but you probably know horse and you probably know tornado because you learn that when you're talking about weather and stuff. And so they put horse to angry chicken is a goose. An angry chicken is a goose. Suck machine is a vacuum. I just started Whoopi. Heard suck machine. Hello, welcome in, Boba. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Understandable, actually. Yeah, so there's just like a whole bunch of these where, like, you know, people don't know God, what is that subreddit? It's like there's a subreddit for it where it's like people think of these words that they can't find the exact word. for it. But yeah, so. Oh, it's wild beef. That makes sense. Wild beef. Buffalo. Anyways, only thing I suck is, okay. All right, let's start up the game so that we can. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know on Friday it will be a study session. So come study with me if that's what you're looking for, some quiet time. I think it'll be fun. We'll have lots of fun. Let's see here. As they say in New Zealand, oh my god, hi! Hello, Dagger Melon. Welcome in. How are you? Nice room. Thanks. I did not make it myself. I think I credited the artist in my about. I did not. I should go find the credit. My apologies. I'm pretty sure I have the name somewhere. I think it's just someone took like the card captor soccer room and turned it into an asset, and I was like, oh, it's really pretty. So I wish my room looked like this. I'm big chillin'. Me too. It's Thursday. We're winding down for the week. I hope you've had a good week. I hope everyone has had a good week so far. Weekend's coming soon, so you can kick your feet up and relax. What am I doing? I have a sewing project that I've decided on, which I'm probably gonna start and finish. Gonna play more Xenoblade, and then also play some Crisis Core. Feliz Juice? What's that? I have never heard of that before. Is that like a holiday? Anyways, okay, we're gonna go to here. Happy Thursday. It's an Evangelion meme. Oh, is it? I see. I am not cultured enough, I guess. Okay, let me turn that down. And I have like a small cough. I don't know like what's going on. Hopefully it doesn't persist, because that would suck. But yeah, let's start the game. Hello to all Puppy Kingdoms. Hello, Inside Out. I'm glad I was able to stall for time, so that you could make it in when we started. Welcome in. Never heard, played, or seen the Ace games. Heard good things though. Oh, if you do plan, well, I guess there won't be too many spoilers because we just finished one. They might be talking about the wrap-up of the most recent one, so if you don't want to spoil yourself, I do recommend that maybe you like mute for the next, maybe 10-15 minutes. Because they might be wrapping up the previous case. But if you don't mind, or you don't plan on playing it for a while, Clown Girl. I think I've seen the Clown Girl, but I have never played the case that she was in. So I actually don't know where this Clown Girl comes from. Hello, Kiko. How are you? Welcome in. Ace Attorney 5. I don't think I played that one. I think I bought all the Ace Attorney. Eventually, I'll get a chance to replay them because I'm gonna be honest, it's been years since I played it and I've forgotten everything. Or Ace Attorney 6. I don't remember. Plan on starting at the beginning, so by the time I get here, I'll forget. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, if I don't play it for a while, I'm definitely gonna forget, so even if I get spoiled, it's not gonna be a huge deal. But welcome in. Thanks for deciding to stick around. Didn't show in your recent Jump King stream because I was having a tutor session. No worries, Kiko. No worries at all. We made no progress. So we started in, what was it? Barren Ether, and we went back Is Baron Ether the sand area? We started in sand, we went back to sand. That's all you need to know. I watched it and you still suck. Of course I still suck. It's a hard game. It's a hard map, so, you know, it's fine. All right. So this is to be our new office. Yes. Our office? I rather like the sound of that. Me too. It's simply wonderful, isn't it? When's Sholmes coming? Hello? I hope you can see this, Kazuma. It's only a small step, but I'd like to think we're getting a little closer to your dream now. Oh, there he is. So, my dear fellows, do you like the place? Why does he look like this? Why does he look 10 times hotter? Excuse me? Hello? Okay. Did Gladdy mention that we recently did a Jump King event? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oh. And also you can see his hair now. What is going? Good heavens, you have such a nice gaming setup. Do I? Oh, wait. Is it my... Did I put my what am I don't know if I put my equipment in my about. Did I? Maybe I did. But yeah, I have stuff. I have things. Bishormsen. On Twitter. Oh, okay. Oh, my computer desk. Yeah, I have 3 screens. All the better to look at chat with. I'm gonna be honest, 2 of the screens is on chat. And then one of them is my stream manager on Twitch in case... It's never happened. I'm just so scared one day, like, I'm gonna be the target of some hate raid, which is, like, super irrational, you know? But, like, a lot of people have been complaining about it, and I'm like, oh my god, what if that happens to me? So I always have, like a button to shut that down in case that happens. Just in case, you know, I never not load the page. But yeah, and then I have my PS4, my Switch, and I think that's all my consoles that I hook up to my Elgato. It's stuff that I've collected over the years. I definitely didn't buy everything all at once. My graphics card is borrowed. Motherboard I updated recently. Some of my screens are borrowed. It's a lot of hand-me-downs. My microphone is a hand-me-down. Controller I got custom made because I really like pink. But my PS4 is also a hand-me-down. I didn't buy it. Yeah, just a lot of stuff is hand-me-downs from friends that have upgraded over the years, and they're like, hey princess, you know, do you want this? Usually they'll give it to me for a discount or just give it to me because, I mean, once they upgrade, they're like, I don't need it. So, the perks of having friends who are adults with spending money. And I'm like, please, please, sir. Mr. Sholmes, yes, thank you so much. It's a delightful room, Mr. Sholmes. I simply adore it. Good, I'm pleased to hear it. Iris and I are delighted to welcome you. I hope everyone's hungry. It's nearly time for dinner. We'll eat as soon as Mr. Natsume arrives. We have a lot to celebrate. Iris, you must let me help you. Alright then, Susie. You can be in charge of the salad. Splendid. I forgot you were in this game. Oh, yes. Little girl Iris with her bright pink hair. So, Mr. Naruhodo, how does it feel to have your own office in the capital? It's very exciting, actually. I can't help wondering what adventure awaits us. Those were precisely my sentiments when I first established my office at these premises. Until I discovered the dark truth about the city of London, that is. Why is he just so, like... This, like, front view of him is, like, even, like, better? I forgot you were in this game. Clearly modeled after you. Can you see? I still can't see, the emotes, but I did add them. I did what you requested, and I added extra emotes to my channel. So I guess you guys, if you have like 7 TV or whatever, like at the extension, you can use these emotes in my chat now. That's new. Enjoy, courtesy of Mr. Ravioli, who taught me how to do that. Are you using Twitch chat itself or using a third-party program? I'm using Twitch chat. Should I be... It's like I'm a year into my streaming journey and I still don't know how to do this. Should I be using Chatterino? I don't know what that is. When I stream, I have to open way too many programs. It's just kind of annoying. I can't remember to open all of these things. Oh, okay. No, I'm using the Twitch chat in OBS. Oh, okay. Well, I can see it on my stream. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Sorry? London is a glorious place full of wonder, opportunity, prosperity, and mirth. For the brightest of lights cast the darkest of shadows. Well, his I can't get over like how handsome he looks, and then all of a sudden he takes his hand away from his hair and it looks kind of wonky. Should be able to pull up your stream on a browser and pop out chat that way. Then you should be able to see him. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can do that. How do I pop out chat? Chat pop out. I only have mod view. How do I pop out oh, pop out chat. I got it. Oh my god, I'm a genius. Hello, Chrono. You've scared me. I'm frightened. Welcome in. There's a way to see them on OBS as well, but I think that requires Streamlabs OBS and a few setting changes. I don't like using Streamlabs. I would prefer to use just regular OBS. Shadows? What do you mean? Well, I believe you're well aware of the murkiness that lies behind London's facade already. So, once again, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London. Anyways, Lurk, I hate taking up your time for silly things. No worries. I learn more and more every time you come in, Clayton. I appreciate it, thank you. Of course, at the time, I had no idea of the significance of those words Mr. Sholmes so casually spoke. But it wasn't long before my turn came to lift the facade and see the true depth of the murk that lay behind it. Okay, that was a pretty short scene. But I'm glad I saved it for today. I'm much fresher than I was on Tuesday. Like 5 hours in. Have a good deep playing, Chrono. Welcome back to Orange County. I hope you had a good time in Sacramento on your work trip. Welcome home. The adventure of the unspeakable story. Oh my goodness. The Hound of the Baskersville. Oh. Oh, I see. Why was this called the Clouded Kokoro? The Runaway Room makes sense. Unbreakable Speckled Band. That also makes sense. I mean, Great Departure, whatever. But like, why was this called the Cloud? Oh, I do not know. Oh, okay. The Hound of the Baskersville. Why does this sound familiar? Is this like is this an actual like Sherlock Holmes book? A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glaze. Why glaze? The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. It was a Sherlock Holmes novel. Okay, that's why I recognize the name. Again, I have not read any of the, is it like Conan Doyle books? Or it is one, I should say. It still exists. It is a book. I'm pretty sure a cutscene is gonna play, so I'm gonna try to be quiet for a little bit.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen.
Oh, this is the front thing.
Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its
glare.
ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames.
Glare.
Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles.
Baskervilles. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Naruhodo's legal consultancy! So official. I downloaded another Hoyoverse game called Honkai Star. Oh, I've heard of Honkai Star. Another gacha game. Good luck. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, look, it's filled out quite nicely. You can definitely tell whose table is which. Or which table is whose. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san? Yes! Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. Yeah, I know. Susato is a total slob. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Here we go again. Also, I don't think anyone would ever put their book into their kimono sleeve. I'm just saying, like, the kimono sleeve is supposed to be flat, and if you put a book into it, it ruins the silhouette of it. So unless it was like a really light book, I don't think anyone would actually use their sleeve as a pocket. The telegram. Uncomfortable? I mean, it's not super uncomfortable. It's just heavy. It's a little bit heavy on your forearm. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now. She's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. She's got like a spring mechanism that holds books up there. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have become of Soseki-san had he stayed in London? That's all. You mean, as regards Lord Van Zeeks, the Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. At least she's not making a straight face. Second case getting to me real bad. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have had a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword again, more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh? Yes, since Soseki-san's trial. He's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then. Ugh, just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Okay, let's move to Sholmes' suite. The home and office of the world-famous great detective and his young companion, Iris. It seems people from all over the globe come to engage his consulting detective services. No offense to those who like Case 2. If I were to make a list of the trials, Case 2 from this game would be at my bottom. If I had to rank it so far, I would say I highly enjoyed Natsume Soseki's trial. I would put the first case second, and then the second case third, and like the third case was okay. It was like fine, but I don't know. Because he's like, I mean, I feel like McGilded was the guilty one, and then he got off and then he died. So honestly, I think I like him the least. So that would be the bottom for me. Taking a break from Xenoblade 3 because the grind is gonna take me longer than I thought. No worries. I mean, play games at your own pace, right? Morning, Bruno. Morning, Susie. What is this bad violin music? You guys hear it? It's not smooth bowing. A little bit off pitch. Kinda shaky. Alright. Good morning, Iris. Wait, is it Sholmes? Iris. What is it, Runo? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Yes. You noticed that, did you? Yes. Okay, I see. Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. Hello. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Good morning. Sad Sholmes. Good morning to die, perhaps. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Damn this blanched existence! That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. Meow. Meow. I'm a kitty cat. Meow. Oh look, it's Wakahai. Good morning, boy. Meow. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get there? Finish a rice with tikka and some boiled chicken. Ooh, sounds delicious. I had some soup today for dinner and some French fries. Well then, everyone, time for breakfast! Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die. I knew something looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. Oh, what is it? Interesting. His place is so messy, I can't tell what used to be there. Wanting to die. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melosonant tones would make flowers bloom. It would? But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours, I have bowed. For days, even. Through the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever! No more recitals of unbridled emotion!
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
Don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next, they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh, dear. Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left? For pity's sake, what is left? Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? This makes me miss playing violin. Cocaine! Deduction, cocaine, you still have that. I wonder if one of these days I should do a violin stream. That might be fun. I can play violin. It's been ages since I played violin, but I could play it, probably. I would need to trim my nails really short. I don't know if I want to do that. I get the feeling our next defendant is Sholmes. Fun fact, in the books, Holmes was a casual user of cocaine. Oh, what a fun fact. Yeah, just casual. It's so casual. Me and the boys, you know, we just hit lines of cocaine in the bathroom every day. So casual. This is cash.
Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but your desk looks rather empty today.
Well done, Miss Susato. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh no, Mr. Sholmes, they pale into insignificance when compared to yours.
You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Windibank's now.
Sorry, it's at a windy bank?
No, Windibank's, the pawnbrokery.
Pawn?
What?
You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly. Well, he injected me a needle, so that's way more casual. Just casual drug use, you know. Very casual, you know, just, sticking a needle in the arm. So cash. Cash. If you, like, use a long sleeve, you can't even tell. Wait, is that where they inject cocaine? I don't actually know. Guys, I'm very square. I have never done any, like, drug. I mean, I've, like, maybe smoked once. And then I was like, yeah, this isn't really for me. I don't remember how it was described. I've, like, maybe smoked once. And then, like, I'll drink from time to time, but that's about it. I'm, like, as square as it gets. I don't know how all these other... I don't know how you consume drugs. This is not the channel to learn if you want to learn.
But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
Dear madam, things are far from desperate.
But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate?
Making use of pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? pawnbroking works. What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks.
Banks?
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week.
And then on Saturdays, they go recover their things using the money they've earned. I had no idea. That has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London.
And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn should the need arise.
Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at window banks, you see.
A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain?
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley?
What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Never plan on drinking nor doing drugs. Good! Good for you, Action. You shouldn't. Okay, I guess we could use this chance to examine things? Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. But there's paper already set up in the typewriter. Look, as if she's about to start. Pawns things he shouldn't, like a violin, mayhaps? Oh, like his maybe violin that has a good tone to it?
That reminds me, when I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed.
Ah yes, Mr. Natsume.
That's what I'll be doing too once I'm back in Japan, he said through tightly clenched fists and teeth.
Hello, show. Welcome in. How are you, by the way? Good evening. I hope you're having a good one. That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles, too. The contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems.
Science is the future, Mr. Naruhodo. You can't deny it. I'm saving my money so I can buy some chemistry apparatus as well.
Law, chemistry, takedown throws. What diverse skills you boast, Miss Susato.
As useful as they are, I'm not sure that my throwing skills are worthy of inclusion in that list.
Iris's beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me to relax when I'm feeling the strain.
The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea.
These are all mementos of Mr. Sholm's past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from Le Carnaval would be on display here.
A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, and a bust of Napoleon. Ah, what an entrancing collection!
It looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me, rather like what's on my shelves.
Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo.
No favoritism there at all! Absolutely not. Okay, so we've checked this off. Oh, here's the shoe. The fire's burning comfortably in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow.
Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. Oh, how exciting.
Is that supposed to mean something to me? Who's the woman? I got an achievement. The woman? Question mark? I'm good, just a little tired. I was busy all day yesterday, and then this morning, as soon as I wake up, my mom texts me to bake dinner rolls. Hey, Sho. Hey, I need you to bake some dinner rolls for tonight. Bread takes so long to make. I can't believe your mom texted you like the same day to make rolls. Ugh. It looks like that huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy, with an equally sturdy lock. Ugh, sorry, I am a little bit tired today, so we'll see how long I can go. Hopefully for at least like another hour and a half, 2 hours, but we'll see. Gotta hold out.
Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous.
How did you come to that conclusion? Should we talk to Iris now, or should we explore more? There's all sorts of these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment.
Oh, it's such a charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it?
It looks messy to me, like my desk.
But you, Mr. Naruhodo, must learn to tidy up after yourself.
No favoritism there, then. Gotta shake the sleepiness off. Look at Mr. Shulm's desk, it's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it?
We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite.
That's scarily plausible, actually. Yeah, and they are for her restaurant, so I make do about just turning it into an all-day affair. The worst part is that I don't get to eat any of it. That is worst! I guess the recipe you have makes exactly, like, 2 batches and nothing more? What if you, like, mess up the measurement of a dough or something, and, like, it turns out bad? Or not, like, I guess, to standard. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It sucks that you can't eat the bread that you're making. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then.
Oh yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy.
It would appear his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews as empty as the heart of the muses.
If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships, in our experience.
And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed.
Wow, your views on cats made it into the game!
Well, I don't mind because Waggy is adorable. Meow. Meow.
Yes, he really is. Oh, yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from?
Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Runo. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention.
What is that?
I call it the Cat Flappo-Mat.
Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats?
That's right. It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see.
Wouldn't it have just been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine that makes the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe. But now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris.
Damn, we should have a yawn counter going. Sweepy princess. Really need a yawn counter today. Couldn't be Naruhodo because nothing would stop me from telling Iris her cat flap door is fucking stupid. Inside out. Oh, what a sad thing to tell a 10-year-old. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl.
Hehehe. Meow. Oh, what was that?
Bugahide? What was that?
Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in your violin! I think he needs a toy.
No, what is he doing to it?
Oh dear, Mr. Shom's precious violin.
Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now.
Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. So this is the violin, is it? Is he overreacting? Well, we don't know why it's so important to him, right? Hold on, I'm really cold. I'm gonna grab a blanket before I tucker into this. Put a jacket on, put a blanket over me. Time to get cozy. Okay. Don't think this is helping me with not feeling sleepy, because I just essentially made myself more warm. And in no time, you'll fall asleep because you got too cozy. It's true. Can you guys tell when I'm yawning? Pour some water. Maybe if I eat some chips, it will keep me awake. I have some chips here. Savrana, hello, how are you? I'm so sorry, I also missed your message until the show pointed it out. Meanwhile, I'm hot in my room, and I was asleep until Jack just decided to dump his water dish in the floor. Oh. Did you wake up from that? That sounds intense. A cat dumping a water dish on the floor. It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier, Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you! And until today, it had been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. And I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none!
Mr. Sholmes?
What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine.
Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
What do you mean, Miss Susato?
Oh, Susie's right! Yes! The tone of the wood is completely different.
Someone's replaced the violin.
And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before.
Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? It woke me up, the little jerk. Worst part was it was very close to falling onto my power strip. Oh my god. That sounds very dangerous, Sabrina. What's this?
I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all.
Is it a viola?
Then
What?
I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola.
What?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you all right?
You're right. You are quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what? Oops. Oh, God. So what, pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam? Let me give Zavrana a shout out here. How does that one little book have so much info and not even similar info? It's true. It has a lot of like legal info and I guess info about musical instruments. Not your faithful performing partner then.
Ah, I see what must have happened.
You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Did he pawn his violin? Did he pawn his violin and then he got the wrong instrument back? Please tell me Sholmes is the one solving the mystery of this game, because that's the least subtle name. Sholmes is not the one solving the mystery of this game. It is actually Ryunosuke Naruhodo, who is an aspiring law student from Japan. What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windibanks until last week. At the pawnbroker's.
Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved music partner. There is a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. I'm not sure that that is a saying. I was hoping it would be S. Holmes, the violin player. No, his name is Herlock. Yeah, Herlock Sholmes. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth.
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
It's terrible. Last week, I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Windibank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. A fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time. Phrasing. Sholmes. Phrasing. Does Van Zieks happen to work part-time as a pawnbroker?
But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect, fressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? Why do you keep claiming to be say-so and then say shit like that? That wasn't even my fault that time. I don't know who wrote this. The writers of this game are setting me up. Who wrote this game? I just need to know why you keep phrasing things this way. I'm say-so like 90% of the time. Especially when I'm not streaming Great Ace Attorney.
We must visit Mr. Windibank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes?
Precisely, Miss Susato. Without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to fress your egg ever more obtusely. Alright, say no more. Let's go then.
Don't worry, Runo. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker's looks like. What is this, Oh. Okay, Baker Street. Pawnbroker. Let's go to... Well, we're gonna hit the street first. We should definitely see the street first, and then we'll hit the pawnbroker. There's a pawnbroker. Oh, is this where we came from? It's already been 2 months since we started taking lodgings here above Mr. Sholmes' office. Oh, what a cute little area. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected things would turn out like this.
Oh, I know. To actually be sharing accommodation with the world's greatest detective. If I ever find myself before a court of law now, I will have not one regret.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd be happy to defend you, of course. Okay, so... nothing but the pawnbroker. Look at all the different things in the window of the shop.
Ah, that's Windibank's, the pawnbrokery.
It looks much smarter than a pawnbroker's in Japan, doesn't it?
Yes, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather inapproachable personally.
It reminds me of tearfully parting with my favorite fountain pen. I felt so miserable.
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh wait, I think I need to press B so that I can... Bet she's still thinking about throwing a rock at the police car so she can ride it. Oh, Susato-san. Please don't get arrested. So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before.
Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this.
Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
He's dressed up now. I like it less. My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly, Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. Ah, Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers, after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Winterbank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. The fight. Wow, my stomach is making like the weirdest noises. Please, I've already fed you. Naturally, you will recall this which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes? He's so dramatic, I love him. This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Winterbank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size. A wonderful summary of our observation, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Is he running away? Oh shit. Oh god. I shall have to take my own life. He's even more dramatic than Sholmes is. I don't think that will be necessary, do you? Hello, Creed, welcome in. If I may just say one thing before I pop off. Yes? It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch the... Oh, hello! Welcome in, Raiders! How are you? Hello, everybody! Hello. Welcome in. 1 second. Let me turn this off and I can go back to my, thing here. Raiders, welcome! How are you? Hi, Gunny! Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. What a moment to join. Yes, this man is having a crisis. You won't believe the absolute trash Gunny just talked on you. I've been wanting to play this for so long. Welcome in, Rogue 5JM. Yes. Well, if you want to play it, I would recommend maybe muting this tab or leaving stream. I would appreciate it if you came back, but thank you for joining the raid. I just don't want you to get spoiled, you know? Like, if you need to protect yourself from spoilers, I completely understand. Alan, hello, welcome in. It's so nice to see you. Do not watch through my VOD. It's a salty gamer stream. Oh, yes, I was gonna ask you. I guess I'm asking everyone now just because I want to make sure it's okay. Because some people were like, I don't like people who show clips on their stream to shout out streamers. So just wanted to ask you, Gunny, would it be okay if I showed your stream, your VOD on stream? Just so I could introduce you to everybody. If you're not okay with it, I won't, I promise. I appreciate it, but I'll hang out for a bit but head out. No worries, thank you so much for coming through. I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay here. I generally don't mind, but just know that it's not the nicest stream. Okay, I mean, I think we're fine with that. It's fine. Let's see here. Looping loops. Looping loops. Okay, so let's Majora's Mask can induce some rage in some people. Were you doing like a randomizer stream? Is that why you're so... No, I would never. As the better 50% of the stream, I say do it. Not for that game. It's my first playthrough. Oh, I see. Okay, so not randomizing. Because I know Jin will play some like randomizer Zelda sometimes. But I generally don't enjoy Majora's Mask, so I enjoy thrashing on it. Oh, I see. Here we go. I hope you guys can hear it.
Okay. A feeling
And
they
now-
don't like fish people.
I don't like most people.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess. Oh. Okay, Jesus Christ. Thank God. I thought my game crashed for a second. I was gonna fucking cry. You know what? For that,
Are you gonna save?
fucking save state.
Save! Gotta save!
Heidi,
Because the last one worked so well, right?
how you doing?
Hello, Veda.
Is Majora's Mask? Yes, it is. Sadly. Unfortunately, it is.
Save early, save often. It's good advice. Randomizer Zelda sounds intense. Oh. What a catchy song.
Thank you for this resub. How are you? I
I
love Majora's
support
Mask. I
excessive
am
saving.
unhappy with my time.
Oh, did you
Jenny's
get
whining a
hurt?
lot.
Oh, you did. Just a little bit.
I'm not.
Anyways, you guys, please definitely check out our friend Gunny. Gunny, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Welcome in, raiders. Oh, wait. Hello, ich heiße Princess. Schon die Kunin. No, I already forgot how to say nice to meet you. Hi guys, my name's Princess. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I play games like this is your German? I really need to study. So tomorrow I'm doing a study stream where I'll be studying some German and learning like basic survival German too. So please join me as I make an absolute fool of myself tomorrow. Oh, Jin, thank you so much for gifting Rogue a subscription. I really appreciate it, Jin. I hope you enjoy the emotes, Rogue, and I hope you enjoy the ad-free viewing. Welcome in. Appreciate it. I'm sorry my German is so bad. Wait, hold on. I have to look it up. Hello, nice to meet you in German. Oh, Schön dich kennen zu lernen? I think. We'll get better at it when we practice tomorrow. I promise it'll sound much better tomorrow when we actually yeah. Anyways, oh, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Anyways, you guys, welcome. Today we are playing Great Ace Attorney. Like I mentioned, if you don't want to spoil yourself, I completely understand if you need to jump off or mute or, you know, whatever it is you need to do to protect yourself. But we are on trial 5 of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles game. We just started this case, so we're in like the investigation part. Because like if you know Great Ace Attorney or Ace Attorney series, you do like investigation first and then there's a trial. So right now we're doing like the investigation portion. Okay. Let's just save, just for funsies. Alright, this man has made a grave error and he is now, you know, yeah. Way behind in the series, still working through Dual Destinies. I don't think I played Dual Destinies. I played like the main game and like the up to Ace Attorney 3. I played up until the one with the Terminator looking guy, I think, with the visor. Godot. And then I played the... Is it the Edgeworth game? I played the one Edgeworth game. And maybe there was another one, but that one was in Japanese only. I only played the English one. But I haven't played any other. I know there's like the Apollo Justice game. I heard about Dual Destinies, I guess. Now I have. And then Inside Out actually redeemed this as his 100k game redeem, so started on Chronicles. It's been a really fun game so far. As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, "Ah, here it is." You did? And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. How many Ace Attorney games have you played? Just like 4. Stepping out, have fun. Thank you so much, Frog. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a fun time here. Thank you so much for supporting Gunny and joining Gunny on the raid over. I hope you have a good evening. Bye now. Just the original 3 games, and I played the Edgeworth one. I forgot what it was called. Miles Edgeworth something. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine. Whew.
It would appear that the fight is over.
I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windybank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? I'm alright. Have to go off to sleep. Have a great rest of stream. Of course, Gunny. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me give you this little tuck into bed. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye, Gunny. Thank you so much for the raid again. Oh! Thank you so much for the raid again. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Ace Attorney Investigations is the Edgeworth one. There was actually 2. But I think the second one was never translated or something. Yes, that's what I heard. So I've only played the English one. Ace Attorney Investigations. Okay, yeah, that's the one I played. In the original trilogy, and now this one. But there's like a lot that I have to catch up on. Okay. I do believe you may be right, sir. It's either laugh or cry, I suppose.
You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needn't remind you of the peculiar collections of items you've brought through my door in the past.
Oh, peculiar items?
In the extreme, ma'am, for example. The unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Sherlock Sholmes, or some such.
Oh my, a new full-fledged novel! And unpublished. A story I have yet to read, you mean?
Ah, forgive me!
Wait, before you die, you must tell me more!
I don't know if he wants to.
I must know more, tell me everything!
Wow, Susato-san is really fired up now.
Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see.
I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windybank.
For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more.
It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript recounting the adventures of one Mr. Sherlock Sholmes.
I beg your pardon? A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript?
Indeed, I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here.
And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom.
Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this? I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely.
Of course, sir, of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you, on my life.
This is all very strange. I wonder, could I ask you something?
A gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull.
Sorry?
Aha! But for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the designs exotic, Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London.
Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If in that time they repaid the original sum to me plus the agreed interest.
Excuse me, sorry. I need water.
Their items are happily returned.
BRB gonna take a shower? Have a good shower!
Oh, Hermes. Yeah. Hello, baby boy. Hello. Yeah. Look at boy. Yeah, look at my cute baby. Look at you. You're so cute. But what happens if they don't pay you the money?
Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed then?
That's right, ma'am. That's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all.
The very idea, Mr. Windybank, is an absurdity.
One should never talk of one's demise so casually. Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning. And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device which Mr. Windibank has installed here in this shop. I call it the red-handed recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windibank? What was that deep sigh about? What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are just two below the ceiling. I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. It is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here I have an example I can show you. Yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. It's a dog! This man has a framed picture of his dog on his desk! Oh, look at the cute doggy. It's so cute. Oh, I love him. Or her. So cute. I love it. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look! Oh my god, you can see it behind his arm. That's hilarious. So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would summarily be exposed. I can't believe you actually thought chat would ever think you didn't like dogs. No, I thought that, like, I talked to Ever and I said, do you think that people think I'm making it up? That I like, you know, that I'm like over exaggerating or like hamming it up on stream? And she was like, there's no fucking way. Like, the amount of like excitement you get when you talk about dogs is way too sincere for people to think it's fake. Not that I didn't like dogs, but I thought I was maybe overacting when I say how much I love dogs on the stream. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? It's so funny how like my eyeballs just like immediately swing to the dog-related things on screen. Indeed, as you say, my dear madam. Then what if the incident were to occur in between times? One could only say, that would be a cruel twist of fate. Oh, I must confess your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Windibank. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously placed not one, but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? Oh, my dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us! Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin.
The very thing! Thank you, Mr. Winterbank.
Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop. Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer.
I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt.
Fear not.
Sorry?
I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed.
That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Winterbank.
It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last.
Examine. Let's examine from right to left. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th of April, today's date.
Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It's an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date.
The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Winterbank. And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before?
Well, when the agreed storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. Look at this, whatever could it be used for?
I have no idea.
Ah. There's a small catch just here. Look.
We're going to open it, aren't we?
Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which we'll never manage to pull back to the way it was before. What are you two doing?
What? Us? Nothing.
No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows looking through it. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this somewhere else. Ooh, mysterious.
Now, what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
It seems to have two little windows for looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope. Sorry, brain and mouth just weren't working together.
A stereoscope. Fascinating.
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I have a look.
Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today.
Alright then, I'm going to try it. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, you must see at once!
Oh, alright then. So, I need to be cross-eyed like I'm trying to look at my own nose. Executive dysfunction! Thanks, show. I'm probably gonna have a good laugh at that later. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic?
It is no magic, my dear madam. It is, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. Welcome back from your shower action.
Oh.
Oops, sorry. Let me skip through this. I made a mistake. We've already read all of this. I clicked the wrong button, and now we have to redo it all over again. Ugh. Bloop, bleep, bloop, 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 bleep, bleep, bleep. Thank you for the hydrate show. Hydrating. I am hydrated. Guys, make sure you also remember to stay hydrated. And, you know, stretch your legs. I am flexing my legs right now.
3 globes of gold. Is that some sort of charm?
Dear me, have you not seen that sign before? No, never. The 3 golden balls are, in Great Britain at least, the universal sign of a pawnbrokery. There are more than 700 such establishments in the capital, all showing this sign. Oh, I see. Had not imagined your ignorance was so profound. Hydration is for the weak. John, ya boy, comes in swinging strong. Man, what about hydro, homies? You gotta stay hydrated, homie. Also, welcome back, John, your boy. How you doing?
Oh, well, what is the significance of the 3 golden balls then? Does it have some special meaning?
That is entirely unimportant here, dear madam. Irrelevant, even. You mean you don't know? It's out of the park, baby! Happy Thursday, by the way. We're past Hub Day, so we're at a good day in the week. You know, Friday's tomorrow, and then we can have a nice 2-day vacation, 2-day rest. You know, whatever.
What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks and watches, almost anything you care to imagine.
Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn, or colloquially pop, an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing. Oh yes, now you've explained it. I'm noticing little price tags on everything. I'm feeling very happy for once this year. That's good! Gotta keep it rolling. It's still early on in the year, you know, so plenty of time to shoot right up on the happiness scale. I'm happy for you. Glad that you're feeling happy. Sucks when you don't have any motivation and like you just feel depressed and sad, but it's spring is coming, so it's about to warm up and get real pretty. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit. Only a week left of traditional classes, then internship, and I'll be graduating in restaurant management. Congrats! You're almost done with school! Oh my goodness, I feel like that's a huge step. I guess, how long is your internship? Is it gonna be like a month or two long? Because then you would probably end sometime in May, right? Are you gonna have like a graduation ceremony in May or June? Congrats again on working towards those dreams.
Look at this! What could this lovely big shiny box be?
That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country.
Oh my, yes! But I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen a while? Oh, what a pretty song.
Ah, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. I've never heard anything like it before in my life.
6 weeks, starting March 27th. So yeah, you'll be done in May. Ooh, how exciting for you. I'm so proud. You deserved it. I'm sure you worked so hard and now you're finally at the end. Just 6 more weeks plus, so 7 weeks, I guess. 7 weeks plus however long it takes until you actually walk the stage for graduation. Exciting. Big moves, Janya boy. Big moves. This particular specimen is of the larger variety commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by placing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played.
My goodness, what a simply delightful machine.
Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the game phone, of course. Gramophone, wow. I keep closing my eyes and half falling asleep, and then like I think my brain is trying to make up a word. And so I just say the wrong word. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ah, science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it!
The article.
Oh, the article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more.
Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. Princess, go to bed. No, I'm not gonna go to bed. I want to see what happens next.
Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it?
I've seen all I need to see, young girl.
Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her.
Oh yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGilda's trial 2 months ago.
Hello, Chrono. Welcome back. Welcome home. Hope you made it safely home without any incidences. Welcome back. Time to rest and relax and maybe, you know, sleep or nap, you know. Whatever you're most comfortable with. Excuse me. Napped 4 hours today, so I guess you're good for napping.
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a dancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Still exhausted and slept at 10 last night. Oh.
Gordon Bennett, you lot! Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. What? You remember me then, do ya?
Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure.
So, what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us, nothing to eat. Come to pop that black coat, Avia?
What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? I miss doing 4-hour naps. I know. A 4-hour nap sounds amazing. I would go for one, but then it'd be like midnight by the time I wake up, which is also time for bed. So then I would just turn it into a long sleep instead. Murder Notebook stream tomorrow, yeah? It is not Murder Notebook. It is a language notebook. Do I have a small... I need to find a small notebook. I'm sure I have a small notebook somewhere. Something that I can like keep in my pocket when I go abroad so that I can pull it out and like see the phrases that I wrote down. Yeah. Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. Spanish notebook. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Again, Mr. Sholmes! So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? So pre-stream to craft a small notebook? We're not crafting a small notebook. I think I have one. Like, I don't think I need to craft one. We'll already have... Hey, stop chewing on your paw, Hermes. Knock it off. I see you. I see you. Allow me to see the article and I shall negotiate with Mr. Winterbank on your behalf. But is it properly decorated? It will not be properly decorated. I mean, it's just gonna have a couple phrases, so I don't know if it needs to be properly decorated. Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on or I'll make trouble for you. As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence. He's really done it. He's gone.
I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here.
What is that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc? And you! Go on, leave me alone! Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. If it's not decorated, how will the Germans understand the Spanish? They won't, because it will be coming from my mouth and not from the notebook. Susato-san can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Converse. Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who'd use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well, I am, alright? I'm a Londoner just like everyone else. That's a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase. Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo? Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. I go consume sustenance. How long do you plan on streaming for tonight, Princess? Not super long. I don't know if you noticed, but I was reading words wrong and yawning a lot. So maybe for another like 30 minutes to an hour or so. We'll see how long this pawnbroker scene section is, and then we might wrap up. I mean, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, that's a respectable amount of time for a stream, yeah? I'm just trying to like progress the story little by little, because I know also like next week I'll be leaving on Friday, so I will be gone from streaming for a bit. Is there gonna be a stream on Friday? Yes, tomorrow, Friday. No, for next week, Friday. Because from next week, on the 24th, I will be traveling for work. So that's when I have to pause streaming activities. Tomorrow, yes, there will be a stream. If you check the schedule, I did a TVA, but I did put the time. So the time is correct for tomorrow's stream. You're not talking us with you? Or taking us with you? Talking us, see? I mean, I'll be on Twitter and Discord, but no, I won't be streaming. I feel like lugging all of my streaming, like lugging the microphone and the laptop and stuff, it's just too much. It's too much. It's fine. I suppose sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade? But not this time, alright? I swear that thing belongs to me! The disc that Mr. Winterbank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all of this. Is he behind? Yeah, he's behind the hate table. Okay. Miss Lestrade's disc. Mr. Winterbank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
This is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box.
And here I thought I would be able to see you struggle to use Spanish in real time. Nope. I don't think I'd, like, if I had the equipment and the, income, the extra income to purchase, like, a power bank and Wi-Fi, like portable Wi-Fi, I would do it. I would like take you guys with me on the streets of Germany, you know, but I don't have the equipment for that, so unfortunately you will just have to deal with my Twitter updates. What if I find random road berries again and I just keep going, is this eatable? Is this random road berry eatable? I would like to eat it, please and thank you. No, bad princess! Road trip! I would love to take you guys on a road trip, especially like when we were out in the desert. It was just so beautiful and I wanted to share that with you guys. But I mean, out there's no reception at all, so like even if I had a power bank and a Wi-Fi, it wouldn't work. In a music box? What? You don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is. I just never seen one of these discs before.
The small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box.
Princess road trip, yes! If I went on a road trip, where would you guys want to see? Definitely Japan, I think. Japan would be fun. I don't know, Japan? Yeah, Japan would be fun. But even I think like other US states would be fun too. I don't know, going to random places. Road trip. Quotes, road trip to Japan.
You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays.
It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for.
Ah, I see.
And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny.
That's a packet of lies. He told me he did. He said it was, well...
He? Who?
Never mind you. It ain't right. That's all. That disc's worth good money. I know it is.
Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you?
Ah! Gina Lestrade. I was just thinking of Japan when you said, but I don't know. I'm trying to learn Japanese on Duolingo. What have you learned in Japanese so far, Janya boy? Have you learned hello, my name is? Nice to meet you?
She's been in here before, of course, this little tatterdemalion.
I see.
And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me?
So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today?
Well, if only it were that simple.
Sorry? What do you mean?
What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
Ah, a storage ticket, so... Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing.
Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious.
The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight, but as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her.
But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Winterbank.
Not yet. I'm only at second stage, not spelling vocally words yet. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So are you still learning the alphabet?
The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed.
Oh.
What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all of this?
The disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree a price.
Watashi not so sugoi right now. Daijoubu, John. Moshikoshi benkyou shite kudasai. I'm just kidding. You know, if you just try a little bit harder every day, you know, 30 minutes, 1 hour every day, you can oh no, yabai. You can definitely improve, and I definitely recommend once you get past learning the alphabet, try a textbook, an actual Japanese textbook. I hear Genki is a really good textbook because it teaches you very basic things, and I've heard from a lot of people that the lessons are very beginner friendly. When I was learning Japanese, I had the Yokozo textbook. I thought those were okay too. I don't know. I feel like between Yokozo and Genki, I've heard more about Genki textbook-wise. So you might find it useful in your Japanese language learning journey. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today.
It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say.
For this heavy black coat which you returned to her care, as I understood it.
That's right, yes, and rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets.
Oh, you mean...
What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am.
And she immediately tried to pawn it.
For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me.
It doesn't really appear to be your size. I don't know. It kind of like fits her exactly, doesn't it? Unless, is it kind of like too big? I don't understand. It like really looks like it fit her. Me, old man, it's me, old man's, ain't it? Is it, Miss Lestrade? Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Oh, that reminds me, maybe I should purchase a language textbook so that I can learn French. Because it's been a while. How do I look up textbooks to purchase? You can probably buy it secondhand or something. Out of my way, please. Oh, who is this man? Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? How do I, what voice do I? Is he like, Anyway, I'm gonna spend the rest of my night chilling watching anime. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by, Janya Boy. I really appreciate it. And good luck with the rest of your traditional classes. Good luck with your internship. Stop by sometime and tell us how you're doing. And congratulations on very soon graduating. He's a normal English gentleman. I mean, like, what do normal English gentlemen sound like? Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. I don't know. How do I sound British? Chrono's like, you don't. Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. What's your problem, eh? There is no problem as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. Damn, a cane and everything. The one time she could have used an English accent and she doesn't use it. I don't know how. How do I do an English accent? And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. A hiding, huh? Thank you for tucking Janya Boy into bed. I'm sure after he finishes watching his anime, he will be drifting off to sleep. Dreaming about all those shonen protagonists, or even shoujo protagonists. I don't know what Janya Boy watches, you know? Either way. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line. Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Who are you? How do you know who I am? The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems. What? You mean from you? Broker.
Yes, sir.
I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no?
Yes,
The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Oh my!
Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And, needless to say, any music box discs too. No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's the old man's, or it was. Now it's mine.
Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation.
Yes, I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail.
Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying. What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now.
No, I swear it. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed. Yet again, I thought to myself, those wretched pickpockets. Yet again. Oh, yes, as you can see, I am a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
Hold on, why's everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one?
I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Well, what about evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence that I stole something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what?
Evidence. Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman. We believe you, Gina.
Of course, we need only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
Yes, brilliant. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh.
I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine. But why not? Thank you for the hydrate, Batonia. Hello, welcome in. How are you? Well, now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. I'm good. How Princess? Princess doing well. How is Batonia? Doing good. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing some studying. We're gonna be using our, little brain piece up top in our heads to learn some German.
Real German, not French.
We're gonna have fun. Weibin, meinen, being a dwarf. I can read some German. I learned how to say hello.
It's totally gonna sound wrong. Totally gonna say it wrong, but it's
Hallo, ich heiße Princess. Schon dich kennen zu lernen. One of my best friends is German and I'm in her chat often. Oh, I see.
I'm sorry for saying it very badly. Did I at least say I am correct?
Ich heiße Princess? You're fine.
It's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
But then how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course, it's Professor. Yes, that's right, and all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt.
You got a nod of approval for my better 75%. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy
You approve! Ah, I'm so thankful. Someone is happy and approving of me. Praise me! Give me headpats! A watchword, interesting. Oh, thanks, Turret. Hello, welcome in, good morning. Thank you for the toy bone. How are you doing? Happy Friday to you, Turret. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windibank.
As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret.
That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it?
Great detectives have no dark secrets, none at all.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? But doesn't that mean Gina also gave him the correct watchword because she got the coat?
That's right, sir, yes, just as soon as the requisite fee is paid.
And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat deposited 2 months ago on the 15th of February. With a watchword of Professor.
All perfectly correct information, sir.
But, ow!
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There is no further room for doubt. Ugh. So, is she gonna return it or not? Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. What the fuck? Its inhabitants live on some fiery, brown-colored soup, dressed up with exotic spices. Dude, you are so fucking racist. You might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about? Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring after the name of another. Of course, yes, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really.
My name is Susato Mikotoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant.
I see. My name is Benedict. His name is Ace Benedict. Eggert Benedict. Enchante. They have a way with names. Eggs Benedict. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. Now to the matter at hand. This man is wacky wild. My overcoat! Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off. Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him. Oh, it does fit him better, I guess.
So let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir. sorry. This man is insane.
With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. This is why I hate grown-ups. Just 'cause I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar.
He looks like a JoJo character.
And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker.
But of course, sir, here is the disc for you.
I'm definitely going to start doing that before every sentence. Sev, I expect that my next trip out to either New York or whenever you come to California, you better be doing that every time you start speaking. I swear to God. Or else I'm gonna turn to your partner and I'll be like, he lied to us. He lied to both of us. Just this one. Liar boy!
Pardon, sir?
I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc?
Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now.
So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you? Says ooh, I don't know nothing about it. I will start practicing now. Yes, please, please do. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute, that disc is mine. What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Oh, my, yes, there's blood on the disc. It's because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. I found it first, all right. I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it, or you take it. Me? If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again, so you keep hold of it. Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? Piece of music remains unidentified. Okay. You there, in the black livery. Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars!
What do I do now? How am I going to resolve this?
All three of them don't have a thing. Do I talk to the broker first? Mr. Windibank is clearly at a loss here. We have to do something about this before he reaches for that revolver of his. Oh, I see. Do I have to pick? Does it matter who I choose? What if I choose Gina? Wow, Miss Lestrade is really looking daggers at that mysterious gentleman. We need to do something to calm things down before she loses control and attacks him again. Oh, it's just dialogue? Okay. Look at those piercing eyes. He's clearly in no mood to talk. We have to do something quickly before this mysterious gentleman leaves to fetch the police or something. Wait, what do we have to do? Hello? Sholmes? Mr. Sholmes, what are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows, cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me.
So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of caramel. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely. So desperately lonely.
Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone bad. From bad to worse here, you know. Technically, he got FOMO.
Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that...
This man is such a drama queen. You really were sad, weren't you?
Poor Mr. Schultz. I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my inferences are correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again.
My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized, how much could I pawn for it?
It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. But who knows if it will help to resolve this situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Well, let's listen to the deduction. Why not? Hello, Bishop. Welcome in. How are you? Happy Thursday. I hope you've had a good week so far. Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
Where the blue blazes have you been, eh?
Pardon?
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later.
Harsh. And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Egbert Benedict, you have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg! I've been lurking this whole time, but I'm here now. Oh, thank you for the lurk. I really appreciate it. Roscoe, when are you going to take a voice acting job? Never, because I think I don't do voice acting that well. I just do silly voices. And they're not even consistent.
It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction.
Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. The Great Deduction! The game is afoot. Mystery Man's Aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. Welcome in, Cloudy! Congratulations on finishing your exams. I hope you had an easy time doing them. I know it was hard. I know you had to, study a lot, and I know it was stressful. But now you can stop stressing and relax. Don't think about exams anymore. I'm sure you'll get your grade back soon, so you can just forget about it. Kick back, relax. The game is great. Ace Attorney, not a foot. Silly Rosca. Oh. I was like, wait, what? Map time! Good luck on working on your map, Cloudy. I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's not that, like, no face that you're making. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different, as revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what you brought to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. The end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, also, it's not his initials, it's AG. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. Is it a sword? Is it a gun? You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of your next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle? Mused I. Gun cane! I shoot the detective. No witnesses. Oh, goodness. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? He's definitely hiding the initials. And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. Incorrect. To tunnel underneath a pawnbrokery. Definitely incorrect. Great crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. Got him, I guess. For we must expose the detail of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose? Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. And your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. No, I think it's the gun. The letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, beneath this shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. Oh, I guess that makes sense. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? Shoot the detective, and to be safe, shoot the attorney too. But what about client-attorney privileges? I never understood that. Like, I guess my love of true crime has not extended to like the court proceedings and legal procedures. Like, if you are an attorney and your client tells you like, yeah, I did it, like, do you still defend them? I know like you can't tell anyone that that's what they said, but that's also why the attorney is always like, just don't tell me, right? Because then they have like plausible deniability. At least you find a defense. That's what you're paid for. You are legally obligated to defend them. Oh, I see. I mean, yeah. I mean, I get it, but like, if that's the case, would they go for like a plea deal instead if they know their client, or like would they recommend that their client go for a plea deal instead of like a I don't know, like a commonly yes. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I guess I understood it a little more than I initially thought. That's fine. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna eat one more chip and then wrap up this bag. I like barely eat any. It's a very small chip bag, and I didn't even have that many chips. I shouldn't have opened this. It's gonna go stale so fast. By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway. If you want a terrible understanding of it, watch Better Call Saul. That flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir. Now, if you didn't commit the crime, you hire Phoenix Wright. But if you did do the crime, hire Saul Goodman. I think I saw that meme on Twitter. I guess Saul will defend guilty client and Phoenix will defend, absolutely defend you if you're innocent and he knows you're innocent. In summary, sir. You devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan! Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? He is literally a criminal lawyer. Oh, I see. Saul Goodman is the perfect name for an Ace Attorney character. It really is. He commits perjury for his clients. Oh, I see. He could be arrested for perjury and sent to jail. Perjury is a crime, you guys. Don't commit perjury. If you're asked to stand on the witness stand, excuse me, please tell the truth. And if you're going to be implicated in a crime, that's when you can plead the fifth. Because if a statement is going to implicate you as like, you know, an accessory to a crime or to the crime itself, you can say, I plead the fifth. Is that true? I feel like I'm spouting bullshit. Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition. I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway, and the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of the bank, the Special Reserves Fund for the Great Exhibition. She plays one game as a defense attorney and thinks she knows a lot. Isn't it true? If what you're about to say is going to implicate you as part of committing a crime, you can say I plead the fifth? I think that's true. What's the fifth again? I'm gonna look this up. The Fifth Amendment gives citizens the right to remain silent and avoid self-incrimination when speaking with law enforcement. When someone invokes or pleads the Fifth, they are stating that they will not engage in conversation or give information to law enforcement. Oh, so it doesn't mean that you are necessarily going to incriminate yourself. You can just decide you do not want to talk to law enforcement, and it is your right as a citizen not to be compelled, I think, to talk to... that doesn't make sense. It means I ain't no snitch. Show says, as a Canadian, you're just spouting nonsense. Oh, his or her silence or refusal to answer questions cannot be used against them in a criminal case. Cannot be forced to make statements that he or she feels. Let me see, where is it? I don't know. I lost it. Okay, anyways. It went to like this big paragraph and I was like, okay, I don't know what that means. So that basically police has to state the Fifth Amendment to be accused so that they don't accidentally incriminate themselves. It's also called the Miranda Statement. Oh! How does it go again? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law. Do you understand the... They did it in 21 Jump Street something. Do you understand these rights which have been... Oh... What was it? I forgot how it goes. As I've told you, that's the part you missed. That's the Fifth Amendment. How does it go again in the movie? How does the quote go? I've heard it so many. Using 21 Jump Street, it's not exactly a credible source. I mean, but it's them being it's them as two police officers, right? And then like they at the very end, because like, you know, the dumb jock guy like finally learns how to do the Miranda rights speech when he's like arresting the criminals. So how does it go again? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. in a court of law. What the fuck are the Miranda, sorry, language? The quote is actually, do you even know the Miranda rights? And then the character goes, it obviously starts with, you have the right to remain an attorney. Did you just say you have the right to be an attorney? Remain an attorney. Oh, that's good. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so continuing on. Yeah. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. Sam is just like, Princess, go to bed. You're tired. To steal the Great Exhibition's reserve funds. Well, we'll do it after this great deduction. Thus concludes Herlock Sholm's great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. I think we're gonna like modify his deduction and then we'll be done. Mr. Sholmes? Well, Mr. Naruhodo, an impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault? Indeed, though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me, in the strictest confidence. But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact. Ah. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly, it is because the man is a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you reveal the secret. Oh. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He already has plenty of shovels here, after all.
Oh my life! I assure you, I'm not so unscrupulous.
Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. Hello? One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them. And once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea.
Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure.
Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape. Yes, let's just smooth out all the lumps and bumps and make it beautiful. Very well then, let us start once more from the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. Claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different, as revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. I love that you can see the dog picture right there. It is so cute, you guys. The fact that Mr. Windibank just has a picture of his dog on his desk. Guess who accidentally pressed reset button in Main Bay Boots Run at the tower 3 hours in? After I laughed about people who would misclick that. I told you, Boomer Restart is fake. I reset myself twice on maps that I was progressing in. And I mean, it wasn't too bad, but like, honestly, I could have done without it. Like, I should have just left Boomer Restart on, like, so that I didn't accidentally click a button. It happens, you live, you learn.
So by Mr. Sholm's reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. Yes, an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Is that correct grammatically? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? This is Kane. He's been kind of dodgy about this cane. And that's a proper English gentleman's cane, isn't it? Look at the beautifully polished brass handles. Polished brass on the handle. Yes, but Mr. Schultz is right. It's not the sort of handle you usually see on a cane. Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, that's just guesswork, of course. Perhaps you could adopt a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. It might rather suit you. How on earth do you focus on anything when you and dogs is like Doug from Up and Squirrel? I don't know. My life is a constant, like, attention span from dog to dog. I measure my day in dog posts that I see. So, like, today I saw 3 really cute Twitter dog posts. I didn't retweet all of them. I retweeted some of them. At work, and so it was like pre-dog adoption Twitter post, post-dog adoption Twitter post, and then there was a really cute like nature dog post that I saw on Twitter, and then the last one I saw was like this really goofy like smiley dog on Twitter. This is how I can separate my day. Which dog post did I most recently see from that moment in time? I have a feeling it might argue with the sword around my waist. Is it not? Can we not see the initials? Oh, yes. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. What? Fucking hate this, like, weird, like, inverted, not inverted. I literally cannot. Pretty sure you're faking your love of dogs. Guys, look how cute it is. You can't even zoom into it, though. That makes me upset. Dude, what the fuck else is there? Oh, stylish hat. What's this? That's not what brought him here. That silk top hat is whiter than white. Only an English gentleman could hope to carry off something so bright. But it looks so incongruous with the black overcoat, don't you think? Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, that's just guesswork, of course. How about it, Mr. Naruhodo? I think you'd look very fetching in a white top hat. Well, you know, I think it might look rather incongruous with my black university uniform, so... Oh, is it the coat? What the fuck? Not the cane. It's not the flyer. Is it the flyer? It certainly is a flyer for Mr. Windibank's shop. Why would he bring the shovel while he applied? Let's see. Windibank wants you. Pawnbroker's assistant required. It's an eye-catching advertisement, that's for sure. I've seen that flyer, same flyer here inside the shop, I think. Perhaps Mr. Windibank is always in need of more staff. So Mr. Benedict came here to apply for a job? That's just too hard to believe. Oh. Oh, look at the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here.
I don't believe it.
What is it?
Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade.
Goodness.
There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although, if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure.
And look, the details of this shop have been written down here too. Windibank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline 15th April.
Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? Info about Miss Lestrade. It's definitely this.
Take that!
The dog is so cute. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It appears that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery here. Ugh. You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here to Windibank's pawnbrokery, and today the redemption deadline of that overcoat. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. Humph! And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years! The contradiction of which I speak, of course. I cannot believe you didn't even clock the initials. Come on, Sholmes. What's a ferrule?
It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo.
The bit that makes the nice clacking sound on the pavement.
Yes, exactly. And Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane.
But it doesn't actually look broken, does it?
No, it doesn't, though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious.
In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. It's definitely gotta be the initials.
Look here, Miss Susato. There are some letters on the handle. Ah, yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names.
So, Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean?
That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously.
Oh. AG?
Why does it feel as though that's not quite right?
Okay, so it has to be this.
Take that!
Instead of the other thing.
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing.
A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction, indeed. Would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't... You said before that you had that cane for years. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong?
And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding the riddle. Let's consider the bare bones of what happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat. Maybe the A and G are silent. I love you so much, show. And now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Hello, son! Welcome in, how are you? Happy Thursday! What else? Oh. That he wouldn't have. He shouldn't have a split seam, right?
Oh, the seam on the shoulder there is coming apart, look!
So it is.
Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded a bit like a tiny growl. But now I think it was probably the sound of the seam ripping open.
If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, and he wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If he were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart.
That I'd like to see.
Sorry?
So, how can we make Mr. Benedict run around?
She's really giving this some thought. So that's not his, because of the seam, right? Chillin', you? I am doing good. We are wondering what this mysterious man is doing and why he's being so sus. The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. Were they, Sholmes? Were they? When you baldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ugh. This catalog of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Winterbank. Ugh. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. To abscond with a redeemed item. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue, for we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place, how could I possibly have known the relevant details, n'est-ce pas? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered, as you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another. Oh, the method is revealed by the council notice. No, it's not that. It's,
The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yes, no more talking of tunneling into the sewers, which is a pity because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Winterbank would never allow you to redeem the article. Or, looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Winterbank would allow you to redeem the article, whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Is it... I just want to look at this dog picture. Let's zoom into it. Notelet. What is this? Oh, look at this, Miss Susato. It appears to be a memo that Mr. Winterbank has scribbled to himself. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, Professor. Mr. Winterbank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And in alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see? It has to be that, right? Notelet. The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then, he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in the shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Winterbank. When the diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. I don't think it's that. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets, which according to Mr. Winterbank isn't even worth a penny. And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we? Really? I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far. Oh. For McGilded! Hello! Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck onto the reverse side of the disc. Look! And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For McGilded. McGilded? It couldn't be! But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this? Music disc information on the reverse, McGilded.
McGriddle strikes again, back from the dead. You know, I really, really want a McGriddle now. I might get one this weekend. Keep talking about this, and I think I want one.
Take that!
You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that on the back? It reads, "For McGilded." Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you've squeezed yourself into. Ugh. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Egbert Benedict, but the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Ugh. To acquire an item deposited by Mr. McGilded. Solved. Deduction complete. Elementary. We did so good, you guys. I'm so smart. Well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Well done. Oh, thank you, Sleepy Turtle. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Miss Susato. Well, according to what Mr. Windibank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited.
Well, today is 15th April, so 2 months ago today
Would have been 15th February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see.
What? But that suggests...
Yes, 15th February is precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding.
Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. Wait, so... the crime occurred at 10:30, but also at 10:30, someone came in to drop a coat that was potentially McGilded? Or maybe someone meant to drop this coat for McGilded to pick up at a later time while the crime was happening? You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However... oh god, he has a gun. I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box.
What do I do?
Absolutely not! I'll die before I do it! There are some things a man must protect at all costs. This may well be one of those things. Then again, it may not! Mr. Windibank!
This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life. Do not shoot. Do not point that at yourself. Please point it at the criminal, Mr. Egbert. All right, that's enough. Oh, nice. Police. Inspector Gregson. Inspector. That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now what's all this about? Eh? Oh, praise be! You're here at last! I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment. It would seem you have the upper hand. Bye! Right, you lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Winterbank very nearly met with his end. Yeah, by his own gun, as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And the whole of Britain could meet with its end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. What on earth is this case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Ah! He's getting away! Get after him, lads! Whistle the beat officer, too! Sir! Excuse me, just burped. Disgusting. There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently, so we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in Mourning. Oh, yes? I'll be taking that whatever it is of McGilden's down to the yard. Thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is mine. I'm sorry, miss, but anything belonging to McGilden has to be taken in as evidence now. As evidence? If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. Ugh. And so, we handed Mr. McGilden's disc over to Inspector Gregson, and were summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. Okay. I feel like this is a nice place. We made it through. I pushed through. I got like my second win. I'm gonna watch show's clip later and I'll be like, why the fuck did I like stumble on easy words? But you know, we got it. I am probably going to wash my princess, go to bed. I'm gonna wash my face and, you know, make myself all moisturized before I go to bed, but I will after I download a couple of books to read, you know, it'll be fine. Okay. Let's see.
we have a lot of friends who are on and streaming today. Maybe we should raid them. Oh, you know what? Kohai just started, and I don't know if you guys have heard yet, but I will be collabing with Kohai next week on Jump King. So let's go say hi to Kohai and also give Kohai a follow. Let me just give him a shout out right now. Give Kohai a follow so that when he goes live next week on Wednesday, you can come join because I won't be streaming that day. I will be over on his channel. Okay? Alright, so let's start this off. Guys, if you have a subscription, you are welcome to copy this raid message and head on over there. If you do not have a subscription, you are still welcome to follow us on this raid. You will get 300 channel points, which if you're saving up for the game redeem, I'm sure 300 points doesn't hurt. It's nice to be here, of course. Oh, we're coming over soon. No, stop! No. Stop. Okay, and thank you Gunny for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you Rogue for the follow. Guys, tomorrow I will be doing a study session. Come learn some German with me. I will see you all later. Wait, how do you say goodbye? Auf Wiedersehen? Auf Wiedersehen? Alright everyone, let's start this raid over to Kohai. Let's say hello, give him a follow so that you can see him go live on Wednesday, the 22nd, okay? And we'll have fun coaching Kohai through Jump King, my favorite game of all time. As always, you guys, please be happy, please be healthy, but most of all, please be kind. Be kind to others because you never know what a smile, hug, or hello can do for someone who's having a bad day. And be kind to yourselves. Stay hydrated, get up, stretch your legs every once in a while. Go outside, touch some grass, smell the roses directly from the rose bush, because if you don't, you could get an embolism and die. And then I would be really sad if you died. So maybe don't die, okay? Alright, my puppies, I'll see you tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, I'll see you all later. I love you. Bye.